I hope you all are having a good week. Um, Today I'm not going to do any makeup tutorials or talk about makeup. I'm going to talk about how I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So bear with me because it might be a lengthy story. I'm not sure. But anyways, here we go. My junior year of high school, I believe I had just turned 17 or was getting ready to turn 17. I woke up one day and couldn't move. I was too tired. Everything just felt like my body was full of lead, and it was just too much. So I stayed home. In fact, I was home for about maybe 2 weeks, and finally, my mom was like, "All right, we gotta go to the doctors. We gotta see what's going on." They ran every test on me known to man, and they tested for Lyme disease, multiple sclerosis, lupus, sickle cell anemia, you name it, they tested me for it. Every test came back inconclusive except for the Epstein-Barr virus. And the reason why, there's no reason why. How I got it, I'm not really sure. Forgive me, but it's fibromyalgia messes with your thought process and your memory, so it's going to take me a minute to get through this. But anyways, how I got it, I'm not sure. It could have been from sharing drinks with my friends, which a lot of high schoolers did and still do. It could have been airborne. It could have been from me drinking from the water fountain. It did not come from kissing. That never happened. And I was out for half my junior year. I had to be homeschooled. You know, it was medical homeschool for the junior year. I had these horrible migraines, so I was in and out of the ER. It seemed like every 2 weeks to get Toradol and Benadryl shots. And it got to the point where they knew me at the Portsmouth Naval Hospital. And they knew exactly who I was. As soon as they saw me, they said, "Okay, let's go." Before I even got the Epstein-Barr virus diagnosis, they said it could be meningitis because you're talking about a headache and neck pain, so we might have to do a lumbar puncture. I'm so glad they didn't do it. By the grace of God, they didn't do it, because there's a little girl next to me in the ER who they were performing a lumbar puncture on, and she was screaming bloody murder, and there was no way I was going to let that happen. I can't, no. I don't like needles anyways, and I'm a hard stick to draw blood from to begin with, so yeah, that wasn't going to work for me. Anyways, for the migraines, they put me on Topomax. That didn't work. Maxalt didn't work. Midrin, nope. Fioricet, a little bit. The last one they put me on was Imitrex, and one day it felt like I was about to have an aneurysm. My migraine was so bad, so my mom rushed me to the hospital. In fact, I think she called an ambulance, I'm not sure. And I was admitted to the hospital for 5 days, and they put me on an IV drip of DHE, and don't even ask me to pronounce the medical name of it. I don't know. It's crazy. You can Google it. I'll put a link down in the description box so you can find out what it is. They don't do it intravenously anymore. It is now a shot that you can get in your hip or whatever, and it makes you violently ill. I was dry heaving the entire time. It was awful. They said, "Okay, well, we can't do it on a slow drip, so we'll put it in like this turbo drip." And I said, "Okay, that'll work." The nausea decreased, and that was a good thing. I was in a pediatrics ward, and I had access to ICs and all that stuff. I wouldn't say it was fun, but they had movies and stuff for me to watch, and they had arts and crafts and all that stuff. So I was basically walking around the pediatrics ward looking, not really looking, seeing other sick kids and seeing what they were going through, and observing their parents and just the agony of seeing their children go through this. I observed my mom with that same look of pain in her eyes as she's watching me, her only child, go through something that is debilitating, just stopping me from living my life to the fullest. So, this year, how my junior year, of course, I had a lot of work to make up on, and by the grace of God, I passed. I don't know how, but I did. Senior year came around, and I was like, yes, it's time. I'm ready to get out of high school. I'm ready to get out into the world. I turned 18 on September 20th. I remember that day because my favorite history teacher, Miss Duche, gave me a voter registration application. She said, "You're 18 now. You can vote. Here, fill it out." And I just laughed. My I was doing dual enrollment at the time, and I had a government teacher, Mr. Rivers. He was one of my favorite he was one of my favorite teachers, and I would fall asleep in his class every day. And I didn't know why I was so tired. I was getting enough sleep. I mean, I was going to bed early, and I just didn't understand why I was falling asleep. But I wasn't the only one who was falling asleep, so I don't know. And it just seemed weird. I would come home, I would take a nap, and sometimes I would sleep for hours. I was sleeping like 13 hours a day. And my 18th birthday rolled around. We had a huge party. All my friends came. The next day we went to King's Dominion, and we had a blast. And again, the sharing of the drinks. I don't know. I mean, we had a blast. It was either on a Monday or a Tuesday. No, it was a Monday. I woke up ready for school and could not go. Couldn't make it. I was in a lot of pain. I was exhausted. I didn't know what this was. I was just like, not again. This can't be happening again. This is not supposed to happen again. This is my senior year. I'm supposed to be experiencing everything all seniors do, like senior skip day, going to pep rallies, cheering for the senior class, class of 2003. This is what we do. And I couldn't do it. I missed out on a lot. My yearbook picture, they had to use one from, I think, junior year, because I missed senior pictures and I missed senior pictures makeup day. I missed everything. I didn't get a page in the year, but I didn't do anything. Couldn't go to, concerts with my friends. Shawnee and I used to go to concerts all the time, and there was a concert that I think it was a Nelly concert we were supposed to go to, and I want to say it was in Virginia Beach, and I couldn't go, and I was mad at my body. I was mad at myself. I was angry because I was sick. Anyways, yeah, so that was my mom. She was asking me what I was doing. Anyways, so lost my train of thought. Couldn't go. My cousin went in my place, and I was not happy, but oh well. Okay, Sarah. How I got my diagnosis of fibromyalgia, the trigger point test. And the trigger point test is basically they test the points on your body with the pain. So it's like your wrists, your ankles, your shoulders, your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, your ankle. Did I say ankles already? Your toes, sometimes your fingers, everything. I think you're supposed to have maybe 11 to prove that proves that you have fibromyalgia. I had 19, possibly 20 trigger points, and I was admitted to the hospital, and they ran more tests, and they said, and I quote, When we can't find anything that is wrong with you because of the fatigue and the pain, we diagnose you with fibromyalgia. And I was like, I think I know someone that has that, I'm not sure. And we did all the research. My medical record it could be a Harry Potter series. That's how thick it is. It's ridiculous what I went through. I had an enlarged pituitary gland. They thought I could possibly have Graves' disease. We did every test. I saw the psychiatrist because I was depressed. It was just so much. Finally, I was able to go back to school, but I missed out a lot. I went to prom, but it didn't feel like I got the full senior um, experience. So, whatever. So here's my advice. You are going to run into doctors that are going to think that you are crazy, and they are going to want to send you to a psychiatrist because they believe that fibromyalgia is psychosystematic, that it's all in your head, and what you're going through is real. It is a very real thing, and it's going to take a long time for you to get diagnosed. This is what I advise you to do. Write down all your symptoms. Write down every medication that you take, because they are going to want to know. Write down when the pain comes, how severe it is, the location of the pain, keep track, and how long it lasts. Keep track of what time you took your medication so that you don't take too much or overdose on it. Make sure you talk to your doctors about tests. How we run tests. Sometimes you have to initiate that. Being diagnosed with fibromyalgia, it is a trial, and it is a myth that they diagnose you when they can't find anything else to diagnose you with. Don't believe that. It is a real illness. It is a chronic illness that you will have for the rest of your life, and you have to learn how to manage it. I've had it for 12 years, and I'm still having problems managing it because right now it's getting out of control yet again. And they say try to stay away from stress. It's hard. We have, obligations and responsibilities. So stress is a normal way of life. They say exercise. Well, it's kind of hard when you can't walk and your body is in pain. They tell you to eat a healthy diet. Well, it's kind of hard when your appetite has decreased. They'll tell you all this stuff like, oh, you're fine, it's this and this and this. I was recently diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome on top of arthritis, and there could be some more things. My Epstein-Barr virus reactivated about 4 years ago. So, and I was down for almost a year and a half, so I understand. My doctor right now is thinking that my thyroid could be another issue because my eyes have like this bulging thing going on, and that could be a sign of hyper or hypothyroidism. I don't know. Your symptoms, because they're so vast and they can't pinpoint a singular symptom, fibromyalgia, it's a hard illness or a disorder that they like to say it's a disorder, because a disorder is an illness that has so many symptoms that you just can't pinpoint one. It comes with so many symptoms, and there are new symptoms that pop up every single day. Also, you're going to find out who your true friends are. You are. They're going to stop coming around because you're no longer fun. You can't do what they do anymore. You sleep all the time. You're in pain all the time. You're going to run into those who think you're faking. I ran into people like that. You're going to run into relatives that just don't know how to talk about it. And they don't know how to act around you. Because uh, of the fibromyalgia because of your illness. They don't know. Um, they just don't understand. It happens. But if you talk to them, you tell them, look, this is what I'm going through, this XYZ, I'm going through this, okay, they'll understand. My mom is my biggest champion. She has been through she has gone through this with me since I was diagnosed. Even before I was diagnosed, we have been back and forth to hospitals, back and forth to the ER. It's crazy. We have seen doctor after doctor, specialist after specialist, neurologist, rheumatologist, everything. You name it, we went. She was there with me. She is still my biggest champion till this day. She does everything for me when I can't do it myself. When I can't get up to go to the bathroom, she helps me. When I can't even bathe myself, she helps me do that. And she has her own issues, but yet she tends to remind me it's because that's just the kind of person that she is. And she is my biggest support. And of course I have God on my side as well. And we use him as strength. We use everything that he can give us the strength. So, again, with a chronic illness, it is going to be an uphill battle. You are going to go through things that you never thought you would experience. Your body is going to feel like it's betraying you. You're going to feel like you're dying. You'll get through this. Flare-ups come on in the most inopportune time, and oh well, you have to go through it. And I say oh well because I've been through this so many times. And to say you get used to it, you don't. You never want to get used to pain. You never want to get used to pain. You want to get rid of the pain. In fact, management isn't even one. You just want to not feel pain anymore. You want to live a normal life. And you can. It's just that you have to run tests to see what the underlying issues are. And because I don't have insurance, it costs a lot of money for me to get them to run tests, and medical bills are piling up. So, for instance, today I woke up with a migraine that would not go away, and then I took Fibromyalgia, which helps with migraines. Took some more, 6 hour, you take it every 4 to 6 hours or something like that. Took some about maybe 2 hours ago, and it's still faint. My legs they still feel like they have lead in them. Walking up the stairs was a challenge for me. So, like I said, pay attention to your body. Your body will let you know that you're sick and that you need medical attention. Your way of life will change. And I would say prepare for it, but there's no way to prepare for this. There's no way. There are support groups online. There are support groups on Facebook. I have a page called Living with Fibromyalgia. On Facebook, you can search that. It has the butterfly, the purple butterfly, which is the national symbol for fibromyalgia awareness. I haven't updated in a very long time, and because I don't know, that's my fault. But there are sites you can go to figure out your symptoms. There are apps you can download to keep track of your pain and your medication, where it's located, how long it's lasted, everything. So again, keep a log, write down your medications, stay on top of your doctor's visits, stay on top of your doctor. pay attention to your symptoms, and hopefully you will be diagnosed quickly and be proactive in your care. So that's all I wanted to say. Have a good night, and I will talk to you all on Friday. Bye.